Hello, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Hi, this is Ganesh Naik. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And today I'm back with one of the videos with my student. His name is Varun. He has cleared the exam for FRM Level 1 in November 2021. And he's going to be sharing out his experience, his journey of the preparation and what are the challenges that he faced. And the purpose of doing these kind of videos, and I'm reiterating this again and again in all the videos, there's a lot of students when they prepare for the exam, they don't have guidance, they don't have people to talk to. So from that perspective, these videos might help them to get some idea about the exam. Okay, so we'll be starting out with the session now. Okay, so Varun, thank you very much for joining in for and sharing your experience with the audience. And first, let us start with your background. So when you started preparing for FRM, what were you doing before that?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for having me here, sir. So I am currently a third year graduate student. I am doing bachelor's in financial markets. So
Mhm.
I was doing financial markets. I was in my second year when I actually came across FRM, and I decided
Mhm.
that I'll start my FRM level one along with my third year. So when I was actually looking out for the things that I should be doing for my career, because this was just a basic graduation that I was doing, and I wanted to do something extra that can give me a edge over other people. So
Mhm.
that's when I came across FRM, and when I was actually looking what FRM is and doing a little bit of research about what FRM is, I
Mhm.
got to know that it is a very much like it is like not many people do it, but it is like very well versed and gives you a lot of information about the markets and stuff. So I really
Okay.
wanted to do it. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
enrolled with you.
Perfect. And when did you start the preparation with us? Which month?
So I joined the classes in ending of March. So let's say the April ka starting only. And actually I started studying in June. June starting. May ending,
Okay.
June starting. Yes.
Okay. So from April till May end,
Yeah.
what was your flow of preparation? Were you reading
So
one or two chapters?
first, yeah. So first of all, when I joined, first I joined, I was just looking, and starting of 15 days weren't that serious. So when I was actually starting out to study, it was May, and I decided that let's give it a let's be very serious about it. And I started, but when I sat to study, it was like completely new topics for me. Like I have never gone through any kinds of topics. And I remember when I called you that time also, I asked you on the call that I'm not very great at maths, will I still be able to do FRM? Then you were like, yeah, you will still be able to do it. Yeah, but like May ka mahina was also difficult. I was just done with book one only. Book one is comparatively easy with other people, so I was
Mhm.
done with book one, and then June I started very seriously studying for this.
Okay. Okay. So and you also had your third year college going on
Yes,
along with
yes,
it. So what was the
yes. I had.
time that the college was taking in terms of attending the lecture in a day?
Yeah. So basically, when the college was in the morning itself, but the college was for 5 hours. So not every day it was possible for me to sit for the college, because the attendance weren't that strict. But I had to
Mhm.
keep up around 70 to 50% of attendance. So I had to sit around week में 4 days out of the six. I
Mhm.
had to sit a week में 4 days, and after that I used to go through the video lectures, and along with the video lectures, I used to do the question paper solving and different kinds of stuff.
Okay. So from
Yes.
June, so till June, only book one was done for you. Okay.
Till June, starting juniors.
Yes. Now, after that, which book you picked up?
I went like in the proper order itself, like book one, two, three, and four.
Okay.
So when I was in book two, it was like because I did maths a really long time back, and I'm
Hmm.
seeing maths after like 4 to 5 years. So it was like this is a little bit tough for me. But
Okay.
after giving it sometimes, it was not actually tough. But book two also took some time, and level one is all about like more there is solving and stuff. So it was a little bit difficult, but with some practice, I was able to do it.
Okay. So book two, you faced certain challenge, and
Yes, yes.
when were you able to complete book two? Any rough timeline?
Yeah, book two. I was doing book two and book three XR. So
Acha.
I
Okay.
completed both of them around July or August. August ke mid mein. Yeah.
Okay. And then book four. How much time? And
book
you
for
were also
book.
solving. You were also
Yeah, I was
solving.
also solving. Yeah. Totally solving, and whatever mistakes that were happening, I was
Hmm.
continuously solving and making them correct and stuff. I was just writing because I didn't have that kind of time that I will correct all the mistakes. Tabhi only I was writing what my mistakes were, and
Okay.
then around September ke starting May it was done, like one time reading of
Okay.
book full.
Okay. Got it. Got it. And when did you complete your book for reading and solving?
Yeah, book 4 around September ke between 15 September or something. But this was just one time reading, and after that, like I was
Hmm.
starting to forget everything that I have studied. Like book one, though completely wiped out of my brain only. So it is
Okay.
like you have to
Acha,
revise
but I
also.
have a question now. When you were preparing, so from June till September, how much time were you giving on a daily basis?
So I was not basically focusing on time. I kept it a goal that out of the 60 readings, I have to complete one reading a day. So time
Okay.
wasn't this कि even if 2 घंटा लगता है then it's okay, 8 घंटा लगता है then it's okay, but I have to complete one reading with solving and question paper
Got it.
solving and mistakes. Yeah.
Got it.
Hmm.
Okay. So now, out of the all four books, like you said, I'm just reconfirming. So book two was only challenging for you, or what about book four?
No, the most challenging was book 4 itself.
Okay.
Book 4 though I couldn't get only what was going, but like after practice I was able to do it.
Okay. So
Yeah, book
first
4
reading,
was the
you
most
faced a
challenging.
lot of challenge for book four
Yeah,
also.
lots of yeah.
Okay. And then from 15th of September, what was your approach?
So I did a mistake that even if like people who are watching this video, please don't do this mistake. That if you make a study plan, please stick to it and don't change it when the exam are near to you.
Hmm.
So what happened was I started to make flashcards of the topics that
Oh,
are going through. So
okay.
that I was taking one lesson, 2 lessons a day. I was making flashcards, and then I decided when I do this flashcards, I'll revise 2 lessons. Next day flashcards, पिछले वाला 2 lessons and आज का 2 lessons. So while I was doing this, 1 month got wasted like essay. Like I didn't know where the time was wasted. I was just making flashcard. I didn't even review even one of those flashcards. I still have those flashcards, but I still
Oh,
didn't review those because like 1.5 month was like essay wasted by me, and it was a very crucial time because I didn't do any revision. I was just making flashcards. So by the end of September, then by the end of October, I guess October 20 or something, it suddenly struck me कि I am not revising at all, and exam is literally literally 25 days ahead. So it was a big shock to me. I was like very tense. I was used to call you also, and I used to tell you, is this okay? Is this okay? But I was like really shocked. I really request everyone that please don't change your plan if you're keeping one plan, because I started making flashcards 35 days wasted and didn't do any revision. So it was
okay.
not at all of use that I completed the portion jaldi because I wasted 35 days. It was not
Ah,
wastage
okay.
according to me, but at the
But
end it
when you were
was
creating
wasted.
the flashcards, you were still going through the book in
Yeah.
some
I was
way.
still going through. Yeah, I was reading, and whatever the questions I find difficult, I used to
Hmm.
click and make flashcards of those. But still, I didn't wanted to waste my time. I was still studying at that time. I was studying 7 hours a day to make
Hmm.
flashcards. But at the end, it was waste only because I couldn't. I was not able to revise 6 lessons in a day. Like that was not
Right.
possible for me.
So when that 20th October came and you realized, oh, I have to change the plan. So what you
Yeah.
started doing after that?
So I remember it was 18th October, like very precisely. I remember like exactly 1 month.
Hmm.
My exam was on 18th November. So
Okay.
exactly 1 month before my exam, I realized that I am not solving and I have not corrected my mistakes that I have noted. Like if I
Okay.
am not correcting my mistakes that are happening, then फायदा ही नहीं हुआ कुछ ऐसे.
Right.
So at October 19, I realized that I'm doing this galti, and October 19 itself in intelligence also you have given the PDF of all of questions and answers, right?
Hmm.
So I
Uh-huh.
decided that in a day I'll do 3 chapters, in 20 days I'll do 60 chapters. But this was
Okay.
my thinking, and nothing goes as you plan, even if you put in the hours and stuff. So I used to solve the questions, and जब भी कुछ query आता था, I used to refer to the answers and quickly correct myself. So I was trying कि I'll do 3 to 4 chapters, and I was able to do it like 3 chapters in a day, because I have done this before. I'm just correcting
Hmm.
my mistakes and stuff, but still it is now kind of new, because I have done book one in June. Then now I am looking at book one in October. That too exam के 20 दिन पहले. So that was a
Okay.
bit
Okay.
challenging for me.
Okay.
And along with that, I was doing the important concept quiz that they
The
are going
additional
to use.
quizzes that we have.
Additional
Did you
quizzes.
got an opportunity to solve sectional test also? Sectional
Yeah,
quiz?
I did. Yeah, what I was doing is, when I was revising the lessons, I was solving the chapter wise also. And when I complete the chapter wise, if some of the lessons are important concepts, then I used to solve those also. And at the end of a subject, I used to give sectional tests also. So all of
Okay.
those mistakes, I used to write it down and correct as I'm going, because last 1 month was very hectic for me because of my that one mistake.
Acha. ठीक है, ठीक है. And so in the last 1 month, you first prioritized to do the revision entirely.
Yes, yes,
Okay. When
yes.
did you start solving sectional tests?
Sectional test. See, if I'm taking book one, I started with book one. I started with book two on October 19th. So book two में there were like कितना chapters there were? There were around
Around 14,
12,
15 chapters.
13, 13, 14 chapters were there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing 3 chapters a day. So in 5 days, I finished book two, revising and her chapter wise and stuff. At the end of fifth day, I was giving sectional test. उसके बाद if I'm giving book one, I'm revising book one पूरा, and उसके बाद book one का test. ऐसे I was
Okay.
giving.
Okay. Okay. So I think so around about in 20 days, you were almost 10, 15 days, you were almost done with
Yeah, 20
15
days,
around
20
it.
days,
Hmm.
20 days.
And then you picked up your important concept quiz after that.
No, important concept quiz. I was going along with that only because I didn't wanted to skip anything. I was
Okay.
at by the time I'm completing, like let's say hypothesis testing. If I'm completing hypothesis testing ka lesson, I'm solving chapter wise quiz and also from the important concept.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Excel.
Okay. And you were able to give the mocks properly.
No, the main problem that happened with me is my exams were actually on 26th of November, but they
Got
were
preponed, no?
preponed. Yeah, they
Ah.
got preponed. So it was like a big shock, because लास्ट के 10 days में लास्ट के मंथ में इफ यू आर गेटिंग प्रीपोन 10 days, मतलब लास्ट के
Hmm.
10 दिन में 100 घंटा पढ़ाई हो सकता है अगर
I agree.
प्रेशर
I
में
agree.
रहते तो. या
Hmm.
क्योंकि प्रेशर रहता है तो वी कैन डू इट राइट, बट लास्ट के 10 दैट वुड हैव बीन द डिसाइडिंग फैक्टर इफ आई पास और फेल. So it was a big shock, but
I
that's
remember
then.
that. I remember we had a
Yeah, I was
discussion
close to
and
crying. Yeah.
but ठीक है,
Yeah. So,
there are certain things which is not under your control, so you
yeah.
cannot do it. So it
Yeah,
went
like
from 24 to 18,
like no, it was
26
from
to 18.
26 to 15. 26 to
Okay.
15. Then I called them and I literally begged them and I told them ki give me something, and they told ki 23 ka slot is available, and they said ki we will give you one more क्या बोलते हैं, we will give you one chance to select a location, but by the time they were generating 23 ka seats were also booked. So I got 18th
Oh,
November. Yeah, so that was a
okay.
big issue that happened. So yeah, coming back to your mock question, out of the 3 mocks that are on Fintelligence, I gave them, I gave two of them, and then I gave two GAPK sample papers, and I was not able to do one of the Fintelligence ka.
Huh. So, but you were able to give those mock papers in a proper time manner,
Proper time
four
manner,
hours.
yeah, proper 4 hours. Then after the four, I used to give it in the mornings, and after 4 hours, I used to, whatever the mistakes that have happened, I used to go through those. Next day, same mistakes, correction. And when I have corrected the mistakes that have already happened, the next mock that I'm giving was a better than the previous one. Like every consecutive mock was
Hmm.
better than the previous one.
Okay. And what was the average score that you were getting on that mock paper?
In mocks, I'll tell you, I remember the scores also. So, like in the first mock,
Okay.
out of 100, I got 55. And in the second mock,
Okay.
because the thing is, chapter wise question were a little bit easy, but the mocks were nice. There were good questions, and the difficulty level was also according to the paper. Also, I found that, and
Okay.
the questions in intelligence were good. So I gave those, and In the second one, I got 55 ke baad I got 58. So I got
Okay.
59. Yeah, I got 59. And then I gave GAP ka question, one paper. Then in GAP, I got 66. And
Okay, slightly better.
another one, yeah, another. And then once again, I gave GAP ka sample paper. And in that, I got 68. So I was
Okay.
like little bit confident on that.
Okay. And when you went for the exam, what happened on that day? In the sense,
Yeah.
what was the first hour?
So the exam was on 18th November, but I'll like to tell, not like to tell, but I'm just telling you that when it was 15th November, I was severely ill. Like I had severe body pain and
Okay.
I was like very weak and I had fever also and I had ulcers in my mouth. So 15, 16, 17, sorry, 16, 17. I haven't eaten anything. I didn't eat anything and I didn't have water also because it was hurting a lot in my mouth. And on the day of exam also, 18th November, I remember I didn't have any food or water because it was that painful for me even to swallow that. So I was like, after not having anything for 3 days, I was like very weak. I didn't even have water
Okay.
when I went for the exam. So when I went for the exam, I took my meds. I was feeling slightly better. First hour was good because in first hour I was able to do 26, 27 questions. But when the second hour came, there were relatively very less EA questions, practical questions.
Practical
Sums
questions,
were
yes.
very less, and it
Hmm.
was kind of difficult for me because 90% was theory itself, and 85, 85% was theory. So everything is going mere khilaf only. So
Okay.
I did
Okay.
that, and in the second hour, there was this one question. I remember it was from my multivariate random variables, and I started doing that sum, and that very sum took me 12 minutes to do, and I
Okay.
did that sum for 12 minutes and still didn't get the right answer. And then I skipped that, and I was going aage, and by the end of 2 hours, I'm done with 38 questions. So
Okay.
by the end of 2 hours, I was done with 38 questions. Then another one question came, just me, I lost like 8 minutes. And then at the end of 3 hours, I was done with 70 questions. And
Oh,
at the end of at the end of 4 hours, I was done with 92 questions and stuff. And I had this 8 questions that I kept for later. And then I did the guesswork on those 8 questions. So I had to do that because there was very limited time. And by
okay.
that time, I was getting fever again and my head was starting to pound again because those medication was just painkillers. So it was a very difficult 4 hours for me.
Okay. And when you came out,
Mm.
what was your reaction? In the sense, what was your thought process? That how was the exam?
So when I actually went for the exam, so when I went for the exam, there were like 6 people giving exam with me, and all of everyone is older than I am. Okay, so I'm done with the exam, and I come out. My mom is sitting outside only. My dad was in car, and I couldn't believe that the exam is complete. Like after I came out of the hall, it was like I was like, "Abhi kal kya karu?" As it was like I said, and I couldn't believe for like 3 4 days that the exam is actually finished and I don't have to study for a while now.
Okay. Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
But
Because the
this has
last
been
month,
a very
yeah,
interesting journey. We can have a film.
yeah, definitely. Like I can tell like the GAP tells no ki 270 hours and 300 hours are important are necessary. This is not really true. This is depending upon the individual itself because in
Hmm.
last month I'll tell you from October 18 to November 18 I studied 350 hours. I was studying like 10 hours, 12
Okay.
hours every single day. And when it was November 5th or November 8th, I remember I was studying 14 hours a day. Because not everyone will need that because I needed that because I lost that 35 days.
Hmm. Right. Right. Now, somebody. So, what are the quartiles that you got from the exam?
So it was 2, 2, 2, and 1. So most difficult was book 4 and Cordal was 1 in that. So yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful.
So I
Now,
practice more of that, more of that.
acha, acha. Now, one more question. Now, college students who are preparing for the exam, if somebody asks you, somebody is a college student and asking you how to appear for the exam, how to prepare, can you give some tips to them? Because you've already gone
Definitely.
through that journey.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, don't think ki there are these video lectures and video lectures are just 120 hours, and if you sit just 12 if you're just sitting 12 days with 10 hours you are going to complete everything. It's not doable. It will take lots and lots of time. Just don't take it lightly. It is not
Hmm.
very difficult also. It is still doable. And one more advice that I will give is please solve question papers. Please do solve question paper. And along with question paper, please solve bionic turtle as well,
Hmm.
because I didn't do it, but I really wish that I would have done that. And another, I want to tell you ki please don't change your plans. It will affect you very badly. And if you
Hmm.
are very sure, go for it. But please think in a holistic. Please think holistically, and yeah, please take care of your health as well. Because at the end of the time, if you're getting sick, then all the 6 months of mehnat is gonna go to waste.
Okay.
So I was like
Okay.
severely ill. So I was also planning to postpone, but luckily I was passed. So please
Okay.
take care of your health also, and please manage your time so that you won't have lots and lots of burden in the end month.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you've cleared the exam, what has been the reaction of people around you, especially people from your college, your professors
So
or people?
yeah, so the thing is, in my college, in my entire college of all streams, like I'm in BFM, like Bachelor's in Financial Markets. So all streams like BCom, BFM, BBI, BMM, BBA, all of this, BMS, no one from the college has given FRM, and no one knew
Okay.
how prestigious it is. So when I had a lot of friends. So when I started giving it, everyone got to know okay, it is a very prestigious and mostly more. It is a difficult exam that experienced people and experienced financial individuals give.
Right.
So my teachers and professors were like very proud that I have cleared the exam in first attempt. And more of like when the result was abhi 15-20 days pehle, and it was the result was aired at raat ke 12 baje. And I
Hmm.
called my friends and I told them, dude, I passed in first attempt. They were like, yeah, we knew you were going to pass, because they were seeing, right? Because I switched off all of the socials. They were seeing I was studying. I told my mom, dad, I yelled. They thought I fell down karke at the end at the night. So they thought I hurt myself, because at it's like 12 at night, and I yelled ki yes karke, and they came running to my room, and I told them that I passed. They were like gussa at me, but yeah, they were happy for me as well.
Wonderful.
Because
Wonderful.
yeah, they have been looking like he's studying and stuff, and they weren't very surprised, to be honest. I was very surprised, but they weren't surprised, and my friends were also not very surprised that I passed.
Because they've seen you preparing for the exam and they
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what all
definitely.
efforts you have put in. Right. Right.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I mean, Varun, I mean, this entire journey that we have talked about, people complain that I have job, I have this, and even you had time, but certain things happened that didn't happen
Yeah.
as per your wish, but you still were able to go ahead and clear the exam. And especially the point that you maintained that please be very serious for the exam, even though you might feel that okay, it's only 250 hours, you might have to give extra time depending upon your own level of understanding or your own level of preparation. Further, you also explicitly said that you have to dedicate proper time and be with the plan, right? So all of these things are definitely going to be very helpful for students. And because when I talk to a lot of people, they are one more point which I want to add is that the decision that you took to not postpone the exam, okay, I would like to connect because I talk to people and then they wait for right time, that I will
Yeah.
start my preparation at right time, I'll give exam only at right time. It doesn't happen because
Doesn't happen.
yes, yes, in life, and everything will not fall in place that you go and give the exam and you clear the exam. It doesn't happen like that. You have to find the way. So I think so that decision of yours, even in that condition, you were able to go for the exam and give the exam, shows that you were serious, and that's the reason your family was also supporting you in that entire journey. Okay, so I'm very happy for your success, and definitely your success is going to motivate more people, more college students to go for these exams. and make their career into risk management, investment banking, treasury, right? So definitely this interview is going to be very helpful for people. So
Yeah. Also, I'd like to add
hmm,
that like FRM will help you a lot, because when you come in level 2, I've started my preparation of level 2. You'll know that this knowledge that is given in level 2 and also in level 1, but level 2 is more elaborated. So all the knowledge that is given in level 2, it's so vast and so useful that even the people, I've read many articles about it, and the people that are in higher management have this kind of knowledge in FRM level that FRM level 2 provides. And not even the managers or the deputy managers have this kind of knowledge. Only the higher ups have this kind of knowledge that FRM gives. And I would like to also add that when the placements were going on in college, I mentioned them that I have done FRM करके. They were like super impressed that I have done FRM, in because they were like, in a young age this person is doing FRM, it's a good thing to know. So
okay,
I also got a placement because of FRM. I didn't had my result at that time, but I still got the placement when I told them ki the I
wow,
have given FRM करके.
wow.
Yeah.
And because a lot of people are worried that whether his FRM is recognized or not. So when
No,
companies are
no,
coming
it's
to your
like,
camp,
no. The thing is, students think it is not recognized, but when the people who are taking the interview, they are like very flabbergasted. Ki, oh my god, he has done FRM and stuff.
okay, wonderful, great. So thank you very much, Varun, and thank you very much for joining in and sharing your experience. And I'm very sure that this interview is going to be helpful for a lot of college students who are preparing and to give the exam in the future. So thank you very much for joining in.
Thank you so much.